Okay, this is future Adelaide. The video will start momentarily. Okay, you can skip if you want to. But I'm starting a challenge. It's just for me, it's not for anyone else. But if you want to join in, you can totally join in. But I'm going to do the alphabet challenge. I'm going to upload a video with a letter of the alphabet either every week or every 2 weeks. And so each video will be correspondent to the letter. And this week just so happens to be A. So here we go for the ADHD medication update. I actually am like
it's okay.
sweating.
No, just do what you usually do.
Good morning.
That's the thing. That thing there, what you just did, that's what you did to me the other day.
Good morning.
There we are.
Stop. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you're watching this from. I put a poll on my Instagram and like, I think around 2,000 people said that they wanted me to document my ADHD medication process. So I was on Concerta XL for like 2 years. It didn't last very long during the day, like 3 or 4 hours. But I've not been on my meds for 6 months and they've changed me to Elvanse so that I can start taking my medication again. I feel ill.
You're doing fine.
Because I'm autistic, I'm very sensitive to medications and so side effects are not...
Your friend.
Yeah, the side effects I had with Concerta were nosebleeds, palpitations, headaches, nausea, and that's pretty much it. It wasn't actually that bad. I don't think I can take it. I hear so many horror stories about Elvanse and like how horrible it makes people feel.
Actually, because you've not heard all the good stuff. People like to report things that are bad. It's worth a punt, right? You have to remember your why.
Because I want to be a person.
You are a person.
But like, function like one.
How long did the dose last for this?
12 hours.
Okay.
Fuck. I'm panicking.
My wet, clammy hand. No, gee. Well done. Very brave. Well done. Cool. TV. You've cut your panic time in 6 minutes. You shaved 4 minutes off. Is that meant to happen? I'm joking.
Don't do that.
That was kind of funny though. Now, you said you want to busy yourself with some stuff. What do you want to busy yourself with? You want to scrapbook? Adelaide, it's okay. Right, do you want to watch some Too Hot to Handle? Do you want to go for a walk? You want to watch some Too Hot to Handle? You're just going to sit here and microanalyze your entire body.
It's because I've worked myself up and I know that I've panicked myself.
Do you feel better?
No.
You feel a little better, don't you?
No.
Wasn't that funny? It was funny. You enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yeah, I will...
Shit myself.
No, not yet. Yeah, I've panicked myself because I worked myself up and now I'm convinced that my throat is closing up, but Robert's told me that it's not, but I feel like it is. I will check back in a couple of hours when it's started to work, I guess. Hello. It's been about 4 hours since I took the medication. I took them, panicked a little bit, and because I've worked myself up into a panic, I was like, my throat's closing up and I'm gonna die, but I was fine. I have a headache, I have a little bit of a headache. It's like just here, like above my eyes and like the back of my eyes, which is the same side effect that I got from my Concerta. My brain feels a bit quieter. I feel slower. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do I describe it? I don't feel as like... Does that make sense?
You can hear a lot more stuff. The executive function isn't quite up to speed.
Yeah. I don't have any more motivation and I don't have any more executive functioning abilities, but my brain's more quiet and...
More quiet.
Quieter. And I just feel like things are a bit slowed. Like, I feel tired. To be honest, I just feel tired. But I think that's because I only had 4 hours sleep last night. I have done things though. I tidied my kitchen, I tidied my living room, tidied my bedroom, put my washing away. Then I tidied and organised my drawers. And then I packed a bag for going to Robert's. Oh my God, I've actually done a lot. Oh, and then I uploaded and edited my birthday video. So my headache right now is not great. I do have quite a bad headache. I've just helped Robert pack the car up because we're going to his for a couple of days because I don't want to be on my own while I'm just getting used to my medication. So I'm just about to get zero and go and get in the car. So far, so good, I guess. Like, I don't know. I just have a fucking headache. It is day 2. I woke up this morning with a headache still. And last night it did not feel very well. I had a headache really bad. So I'm probably going to have a headache again today. Yeah, I'll update in a couple of hours how I feel. I'm hoping it's the side effects are the same and I just have a headache. Like, I hope I don't get worse as the days go on, but I'll let you know. Okay, update for now. I think it's been about 2 hours since I've taken it. I've got kind of pain just here on my eyes, but other than that I feel pretty fine. Hi, gorgeous. So this morning after I took my meds, me and Robert had like a nice big conversation, which usually would really emotionally drain me and then I would end up not doing anything for the rest of the day. But we had a nice conversation, it ended very well. Yesterday I had a headache pretty much all day. It was quite a severe headache, like I didn't really speak much, I didn't do anything. It was just really, really uncomfortable. I slept a lot, so I ended up having a nap at like 4:30 when we got here. Robert went shopping, made dinner, played his Xbox and did all these things, and I was just asleep on the couch because I was really, really exhausted and the headache was really taking it out of me. And then I also woke up with a headache this morning. So far today, my executive functioning has been a little bit better. Like I've been able to do things. I've changed the duvet sheets on Robert's bed, made the bed, I put all of my clothes away that I packed to bring over, tidied his bedroom, we've organised his like little shelving unit, I've given Zero his medication, I've taken my antidepressant medication, I've also just tidied his living room, put things away, and I'm like really ready to like get things done. Like I feel like I want to do things and I have the motivation to do them. I'm terrified of sitting down doing nothing because then I'll end up hyper focusing on scrolling on my phone, because the way medication works isn't, oh, it gives you the motivation to do the tasks you don't want to do. No, you don't get to pick and choose what you focus on. Like if you start focusing on scrolling on your phone and you've taken your meds, you will then be super focused on your phone. Like you really have to work with the medication. They're not a magic cure, fix all kind of thing. Like you have to work with them. But that's the update so far. I will update again in another couple of hours and let you know how I'm getting on and if they're working. I will be on this dose 20 for 28 days and then I'll be going on to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 depending on what dosage works best for me. I was on 54 of Concerta and then I went down to 36 because 54 was just a little bit, it was giving me like tics, like I was having like muscle spasms and stuff, so I ended up going on to 36. So I'm not sure what dose is going to work best for me on Elvanse, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, so far so good. 5 hours I've had them in my system. They are starting to wear off a little bit now. I feel a little bit groggy and I can feel my brain getting louder and everything feels a bit like it's slowing down a little bit. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but that's kind of how I'm feeling. Have you noticed a difference personally?
Yeah, you're actually doing emails, and I do find that when you are on meds and when you come away from what you're focusing on, your mind is just, it's hard to switch gears for you to go back to having a conversation.
Yeah.
For example, have you sent the spit tube?
What does that mean?
Exactly. It meant the 23andMe parcel.
Right.
No, the spit box is what you called it. Have you sent the spit box? What the fuck? Right.
Yeah. When I'm focusing on a task, I'm able to actually focus on the task and get it done, and I feel like my mind is clear while I'm doing it. But then when I come out of the task, I find it really hard to switch from task to conversation and then conversation to task. Hello, for you guys it's been literally like 2 seconds. For me it's been a month, a whole month that I have been on my medication now, and I have been on 20 milligrams. Now we're ready to go up to 30. Also, if it sounds like I'm talking funny, I am. I've got like ulcers all along the side of my mouth here from stress. Also, look at my nails. Ignore how much I'm shaking. I'm stressed as heck. Shut up. The pink. They might look at. They actually look at that. Okay, so that's my 30 taken. Let's see if that actually makes me any more productive, because the 20s, although they've been fine, they've done absolutely fuck all. Okay, I will update a little bit later today on how I feel. I've got a really busy day today. Really busy. Okay, so today is day 2 of taking 30 milligrams of Elvanse, is that what it's called? The first day I didn't film because I had a really busy day. I had to go give my statement and things like that, and it was just, the day was all over the place. I was very stressed, but the medication helped because I was able to like manage my thoughts. However, I felt like everything was going in slow motion because I was going so fast. Like it just felt like, even doing my makeup, I was like, because I was like trying to like keep up with how fast I felt, which was really weird, and I was like, I don't really like this. But then yesterday was totally fine, I didn't have that, and then today I don't have that. Can you not eat plastic, Zero? I literally took them like 20 minutes ago, and I was like, oh, do you know what, I might do some junk journaling. Instead of actually starting junk journaling, I got my stuff out and was like, do you know what, this is messy. So I'm gonna go through this. and organise it, I guess. Why? I don't know. I started, so now I have to finish. Where in God's name did the day go? It's literally 3 o'clock. You might be thinking, Adelaide, you are still in your pyjamas, your medication obviously hasn't worked. It has. I'm just about to get changed so that I can go to Tesco and pick up some mini eggs because I'm doing Via Food Friday and I'm doing mini eggs. But I organised all of my junk journal stuff, all of the stickers. I colour coded the stickers, so I put them in like little sachets of like each colour and like food, and then any food that is green, any food that is blue, any food that is pink, and like etc. And I did all of that, and I did such a good job that I actually compressed it all down to fit in one bag and one little box. And then I was like, I'll get changed and go to Tesco in a second. I'm just gonna wash my pots. And then I washed my pots, and then I cleaned the surface, and then I cleaned the floor, and then I tidied my living room, and then I tidied the bathroom, and then I cleaned the bathroom, and then I did my bedroom. So I've had quite a productive day. That's actually insane. I got dressed and I'm just on my way to Tesco. Should have brought my sunglasses because the sun is burning my eyes. I feel like a lot more sensitive to the light than I usually do. Like, I'm normally sensitive anyway, but it just feels extra. Don't know if you can see this here. That's Zero drinking out of the tap because he doesn't like his water bowl. He likes fresh water from the tap. So it has officially been around 3 months since I started my Elvanse journey. I know I didn't update a lot at the beginning or middle or now, but honestly that's just because there wasn't a lot to update on. Like, there was no like drastic changes in side effects or anything, and nothing was really different, and so I didn't feel like I had anything to say. But now it's been 3 months on Elvanse, and it's been around 3 weeks on 30 milligrams. So I started off on 20 milligrams because being autistic, I'm very sensitive to side effects of medication, and so we wanted to start off on the lowest dose possible so that I didn't become overwhelmed with side effects and then end up not taking the medication anymore. I was also, as you can see in the beginning, extremely nervous to take this medication because I heard so many horror stories about Elvanse that I was like, I don't want to take it. I don't. I'd rather wait for my Concerta. But the thing is, I was off of my meds for 6 months, and that was possibly the worst 6 months of my entire life. Okay, that is an over-exaggeration, but it was a very hard 6 months. I wasn't really able to film much content. I wasn't able to book any jobs. I didn't do any public speaking. I was really struggling to get out of bed. I was struggling with my personal hygiene, and I was just overall not having a great time. And so I was like, do you know what, fine, I will just try Elvanse, and I'm so glad that I did. So the update with my medication right now is that I'm still on 30. I've got 2 weeks of 30 milligrams left, and then I'm going to go up to 40 and see how I feel at 40. If I think that 40 is my preferred dose, I'll stay on that, and then I'll get sent to shared care, which means I'll then get my prescription from my GP as opposed to the ADHD team. If for some reason I don't think the 40 is enough and I need to go to 50, 60, 70, etc., then the same thing applies. We'll just keep trying it out until I get my preferred dose and I'm stable. Thank you, Zero. I'll just keep trying it out until I'm like stable on my medication, and then I'll get sent to shared care with my GP. The reason that I'm going up to 40 is because while the 30 does seem okay, there's not been a huge drastic change, and I do feel like I'm still struggling a lot with task initiation. The medication is helping once I've started the task, but it's really hard for me to still begin the task, which I know is fine. Like, I know that my medication is not a cure. It's not going to just suddenly mean I don't have ADHD and that I'm going to be able to start tasks whenever. But I do feel like when I was on Concerta, I did have a little bit more push at the start with task initiation. On my Instagram broadcast channel, I said if there's any questions anyone has about medication and stuff like that while I'm doing this update, then let me know. And I did get some questions, so we're going to answer them right now. One of the first questions I got was any tips on managing the come down in the evenings. I did have come down with Concerta and Elvanse. At the start, the come down with Elvanse was so much worse than on Concerta. Shh, I'm filming, how rude. The come down with Concerta for me wasn't that bad because it happened so early in the day. So I would take my medication at maybe 10, 11 o'clock, which is insane to think about right now because I try and take my Elvanse at 7 or 8. But I would take it at 10 because I was lucky if I got 3 hours out of that medication. With Concerta, the way that it works is the coating of the medication is what dissolves in your stomach and gives you the effects that the medication is meant to give you. And then the rest is inside the tablet. tablets, there's a little hole in it, and then the water in your stomachs when you're drinking water or drink like fluid or whatever pushes the rest out of the tablets, then it's slow release for the rest of the day. So it's like a 30% quick release and then a 70% slow release, and I found that I would be so productive with the first initial release, and then the rest was just meh. I was finding I didn't get any of the slow release. It's probably because I wasn't drinking enough water in the day. So if you are on Concerta and you're finding that it wears off really quickly, just drink more water, so it can help push out the rest of the medication. So the come down would happen like 3 or 4 hours after taking it. Got a frog in my throat. I would just feel really tired and really groggy. I would want to take a nap, and I used to take naps, but then I stopped doing that and would make sure to schedule any tasks that don't require a lot of attention later on in the day. And if you need to take a nap, take a nap. If your schedule needs to have like a nap in there, then that's fine. There's no shame in that. If you need to go and have an hour's kip just because of the way your medication makes you feel, that's fine. So when I first started taking the medication, for the first week or so, the come down was horrendous. I felt like I could not even get off of the sofa. I get like a good 5 or 6 hours like solid work from this medication, and then a further like 2 or 3 hours where it's like wearing off, but it's still kind of effective. Whereas obviously with Concerta I got like 3 hours and then that was it. The come down for the first couple of weeks was horrendous. Could not even get off the sofa. Come 5 o'clock, I was like, I am done. But after the first couple of weeks that died down, and now it kind of feels like the same as Concerta. I just feel a little bit groggy. So the same tip applies, is to just plan a relaxing evening. If you need to have a nap, and make sure you're doing less focus heavy tasks towards the end of the day. The next question I got was, how many meds have you tried and how did you know or not know if it was working or not? And with this one, it's weird because knowing what I know now, Concerta was not working for me, but at the time of me taking Concerta I thought that it was. I've only taken Concerta and Elvanse. I was put on Concerta first because it was the least likely to affect my appetite. I was on Concerta for around 2 years, then there was just like this massive like shortage of the medication. I couldn't get it anywhere, and then I wasn't on it for like 6 months, and that's when I realised like I need medication. I cannot function without medication. That's not to say that every single person with ADHD is the same. Medication might be for you, it might not be for you. Whatever works for you works for you. But because of that 6-month break, and because I didn't have any like major complaints during my time on Concerta, I just thought that it was working. I was like, yeah, this is great, this is so good. I get like 3 hours in the day where I can do things, because I had obviously previously not even had that. So I was like, this is fantastic. Whereas now, being on my Elvanse, I'm like, Concerta was not a vibe. Concerta was not working for me at all. It's just, I just find it so much better. It's a lot easier to manage. My side effects were not as bad on Elvanse as they was on Concerta. With Elvanse, the only real side effect I've had is the headache and then feeling groggy towards the evening. And I'm not going to say that the headache wasn't that bad. It was. The headache was disgusting for the first few days. It almost made me not want to take the medication. So it was behind my eyes, all of my temple. It felt like this part of my head felt like it was empty, and like my brain was being pushed out of my head. Oh my god, it was just horrendous, so bad that I couldn't do anything but sleep. I was like, I need darkness, and for not a single soul to even speak to me. I don't want to scare you and be like, oh, it's horrendous, blah, 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 but I also don't want to lie and say that it's not that bad when it is. But just because that happened to me doesn't mean it will happen to you. Everybody's different. I hope that this video was helpful if you're debating being on medication or not, or whether you're on Concerta, Elvanse, and deciding on whether to make the change. This is just my experience. Everyone's experience is different, and yeah, I hope that you have a super good day. But yeah, that's everything. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.